Yo, one of the most fascinating concepts to exist is the human brain, and the scientific study of the human mind and behavior is something called psychology. But we know this. Humans, us, you and me, can be categorized into 16 different personality types. And within these 16 different categories, there are subcategories, which some of these can be exceptionally rare and sometimes dangerous. Today, I'm going to tell you about the most dangerous personality types, so you know what to look out for as you navigate life. This is important. So, let's begin. Now, I need to start this by saying nobody is perfect. No personality trait is absolutely flawless. Everybody has different traits that make them special and unique, even you. As much as you may think that's not the case, it very much is the case. Some of you are about to listen to what I'm about to say in this video and be like, oh, that's me, I swear. Relax, it isn't. Most likely. I believe, to an extent, every human has some levels of these dangerous personality types. Some may have higher levels of these traits, and some people might have lower levels of these traits, but everybody has them. You may even pause throughout this video and be like, you know what, this kind of reminds me of my teacher. That kind of reminds me of my friend Arnold. That's the goal, for you to be aware of what I'm about to tell you. Starting out with sunshines and rainbows. Sammy, make the screen all nice and jolly. Look, there's a unicorn on my bed. The most common personality type that you very likely have, 1 in 5 of you watching this video right now as this personality type, is ISFJ personality type. This is a very sweet personality. It's a very warm person, someone who is kind and caring, known as the defender type. ISFJ stands for introverted, sensing, feeling, and judging. They are known as the backbone of society. These are the type of people who would remember when your birthday is, who will notice when you're feeling down, who will notice when you're not there. They are the type of people who are a mix of being social and introverted. They sometimes get mistaken as people who are extroverted when in reality, they are very introverted. They're observant, they notice small changes in your mood, they're loyal, they're hardworking. Those are the strengths of this personality type. The weaknesses are that they struggle to say no, they bottle up their emotions to avoid causing a scene, and they are resistant to change. I'm keeping it simple and easy. This is about 20% of you watching right now. I very much like this type of person, so if that's you, shout out to you. But remember how I just said that everybody has some levels of dangerous traits? This personality type is also found in some of the biggest villains across the entire human history. So as nice and jolly as they may be, there's two sides to every coin. Now, switching the scene. Now we got rain pouring on top of me and then thunderstorms, and now there's a tornado on my bed. What the hell, man? Thanks, Sammy, for the effects. Shout out to you. If you look at the biggest villains in human history, alive or dead, fictional or non-fictional, holy voice crack, they all have common characteristics and personality traits. And those cluster of traits are called the dark triad. These are the true most dangerous personality traits a human can have, especially when navigating in society. Like these types of people, they are definitely not normal, that's for sure. So let's break it down. The first of the three is something called narcissism. Narcissism is a personality trait where someone has an extremely inflated sense of self-importance with a strong need for admiration. Now let me explain. It is more than just confidence. It's when somebody believes that they are superior to others and expects special treatment because of it. To describe a narcissistic person further, this is Billy. Billy constantly talks about himself and his achievements. Anytime there's a conversation that isn't about him, he gets bored and loses interest in the conversation. Billy gets angry or defensive when he is criticized. Billy feels entitled to special rules because he believes that he is special. Billy also struggles to admit when he is wrong. Look at this. There's a soccer ball coming straight towards Billy. He has two options. Option 1, pick up the ball and give it back to the kids playing. Or option 2, yeet that ball as hard as he possibly can and get mad at the kids for being careless. Going even further, Billy sees his friend crying over his dog who recently ran away, but Billy cannot understand why his friend is upset. He cannot conceptualize why his friend would ever be upset over a dog. It's just a pet. And instead, while his friend is crying, he would much rather talk about his new business where he is selling courses on how to get rich in 5 easy steps. I am dumbing it down a lot, but I need you to extrapolate. A person like this psychopaths will never have your best interest in mind, unless it benefits them. You can rebuttal and say that, oh, this is just extreme confidence. Billy is just a confident person who believes in himself. But confidence is much different than narcissism. I'm about to spit something crazy. Confidence is a person climbing the mountain so he can see the world. Narcissism is a person climbing the mountain so the world can see him. That's the difference. The next most dangerous personality trait on the dark triad is psychopathy. Psychopathy is a personality trait where a person has very little empathy. But what is empathy? Empathy is the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes to feel what they are feeling. Psychopaths have very little ability to understand a person's feelings. They have very little guilt, they have shallow emotions, and a strong ability to manipulate others. So an example of this is now Russell. Russell lies to everybody, very easily and very confidently. Becky asks, make her bad, Sammy. This is Becky. Becky asks Russell, what did he do this weekend? Russell says, and I quote, I went and I ran a marathon. It was crazy because I bumped into an old childhood friend who made the marathon very memorable. It made me emotional because I haven't seen him in a while. So that was a lie. In reality, you know what Russell did? Russell stayed home playing Epstein Island Simulator on Roblox. But he lied to Becky flawlessly and so effortlessly. Here's another situation. Russell is walking home. He sees a starving dog who has no food to eat. But since nobody's around, Russell decides to kick the dog and starts chasing after it. Nobody is watching him, so what does it matter if he hurts this dog? It's just a dog. Russell doesn't feel bad about it. Another case, Russell needs $5 to go buy cigarettes. So he goes up to Big Bertha, an old lady. He charms his way into saying that he needs $5 for a fundraiser that he is running, in which he lies in perfect precise detail, while also simultaneously charming an innocent old lady. To explain it as a fictional character, a psychopath is Dexter. Psychopaths understand emotions intellectually, but they don't actually feel them deeply. So they can see from a distance feelings that people are experiencing, but they themselves will have difficulty doing the same. Here's a scene from Dexter that could perfectly explain that.
They make it look so easy. Connecting with another human being. It's like no one told them it's the hardest thing in the world.
Now, most people feel bad when they hurt someone. If you accidentally insult a friend and you find out how much it hurt them, you yourself will feel hurt about it. You'll feel guilty about it because it hurts to hurt. If you see somebody crying, you feel concern. A psychopath has a reduced ability to feel an emotional reaction to set things. You'd be thoroughly surprised how many people in your real life are actually like this. Now, for the last of the 3 most dangerous traits, but before that, I need to show you something. This is me in a black t-shirt. And now this is me in a hoodie. Guys, I made my own clothing brand. With the help of people close to me, I have created the highest quality shirt and hoodie I could have possibly produced. It's thick, as you can see. It is comfortable. It'll keep you warm. It also looks very good. It's high quality materials. Check out Hussein.com. And if you're thinking of buying anything, the special promo code for today is Billy25. Trust me, you will love it. To anyone who has already bought themselves some gear, I love you. Thank you for supporting me. You have no idea how much that means to me. It actually means the world. But going back to the video. The third, Machiavellianism. I knew about narcissism and psychopathy from way back when I was younger. But Machiavellianism, I only learned when I was 18 years old in 2020. And my mind got blown when I learned how insane, how deep this one goes. Quick story time. I used to work at a restaurant. And I remember the boss of the restaurant, the owner, was a weird ass dude. He would use any opportunity in the world to place himself in a position of power. When I was flipping burgers and putting the fries in the bag, I remember this dude told me, work however way you can work best. Do it. It doesn't matter. So I was like, okay, I work very well when I listen to music, especially when I have to do tasks like doing dishes or sweeping the floor. So okay, I'll start wearing my headphones when I'm in the kitchen. And this dude would come in and out, no problem, wouldn't say anything. But one day, he decided to hire this one pretty girl who was in the kitchen with me. So to make an example out of me, on her first day, this dude screamed at me, saying, I told you to never wear headphones while you're working. Why are you wearing headphones? Da 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 da. And I'm like, bro, this guy never once ever told me to not wear headphones. But to assert his dominance over this new employee, he decided to put me down to make himself appear bigger. Bruv, I was 17. It was 8 in the morning. What are you screaming at? And I thought I couldn't say shit. because I was scared I was gonna lose my job. But this wasn't the only instance. This dude had security cameras everywhere. He would be watching the cameras while he's at home with his family, timing how long we are in the bathroom for, and then cutting the pay from accumulating the time that we are in the bathroom. He would legit steal tips. So people who would tip the restaurant, tip the chefs, tip the waitresses and the waiters, he would take 100% of the tips and nobody knew. And also within the contracts, he would put these manipulative ass clauses in them that you can't really do anything about it if he gets caught doing some weird shit. Bro, this guy was weird, okay? Just thinking about it right now is just pissing me off. It's so crazy. I could name drop his restaurant right now and the whole thing would get obliterated, but I'm better than that. And I know that his employees who need jobs would face the consequences and not his bitch ass. It's almost like this Machiavellianism is a direct reflection of the real world. Because it is. Not even just in that restaurant business that I was in, but also in the real political world. This is Niccolo Machiavelli. He was a political thinker who wrote about how rulers can keep and maintain their power, even if it means being ruthless or lying or sometimes evil. So what does that mean? It's somebody who pretends to agree with you even when they're secretly working against you. So say you were to like a girl and you're talking to your friend about it and your friend is all for it, but then the next thing you know, your friend is low-key flirting with her behind the scenes. That is Machiavellianism. Someone who uses secrets and information as leverage. Someone who avoids making emotional decisions to focus on long-term advantages. But the key trait to all of Machiavellianism is manipulation in the most devious, diabolical form. There are people in this world who intuitively think to themselves, I am going to use you as a way to put myself in a position above you. And they don't give a about what they have to do that. I can genuinely make a whole video on Machiavellianism alone and how it's the cherry on top for this entire dark triad thing. It really is no joke. So you know what? I think I'll save that for next time. Like the video if you want to see that. If you want to learn some more stuff, go watch these videos. I'll see you guys later.